So this video is a little way overdue since tonight is the Cowboys' next game against Chicago Bears. But I need to do this. With computer problems and time, family, all that kind of stuff. But before the Chicago game, we need to talk a little bit about the Cowboys, the Longhorns, and about how awful Thanksgiving was if you, like myself, are a fan of either team, or both teams as I am. Starting with the Dallas Cowboys, that was... losing that game, there's no problem losing that game. We all know Philly's a good football team, and it's supposed to be a battle there at the top of the NFC East. They're top of the division for a reason. But for how sluggish and how awful the defense was, the fear right now across the Cowboys fan base and across Texas is the fact that this defense may have been exposed for what it really is. And we've preached on this week after week after week. We talk about how the defense has played over their heads. They're overachieving. They're swarming the ball. They're playing with effort. All this kind of stuff. We never really talk about talent. Well, we saw talent on Thursday on Philly's offensive side of the ball. And give credit to Mark Sanchez. And of course, a lot of people, including myself a lot of times, make fun of Mark Sanchez mainly due to the fact of his later years there in New York with the Jets. But he was a good quarterback in college. Chip Kelly has a great offensive system, and it worked. He was efficient. And you're seeing LaShawn McCoy get his feet underneath him, which is really scary going down the road because we got to play these guys in a week later, and we're competing for them to try to get this division. But they whooped the dog out of Dallas, and there was no bones about it. And the defense was horrendous the entire game. On offense, nobody wanted to do their job in the first. In the first half, here there was that bad pass interference call for Dez Bryant in the first drive. Things like that, that either those dumb mistakes kill drives. So what happened in the second half? The Eagles took the Cowboys out of their game. DeMarco Murray did get 100 yards, not because the Philadelphia Eagles continued to stuff him at the line, but in the second half, we went back to throwing the ball around. And Tony Romo, especially in the second half, was bad. I felt for the guy because he knew it felt like the old Cowboys of the past couple years where Romo's just kind of his balls later in the game looked real bad. Offensive line up front, who we've raved about all year, and rightfully so. The defensive line and linebackers for the Philadelphia Eagles torched them. In the second half, they couldn't keep up with the stunts. Kind of what Washington did to us a couple weeks ago by using a lot of stunts and blitz packages. Rightfully so, whipped the dog out of the Dallas Cowboys. So now, they got to play Chicago. Chicago's can't lose to them. But I think Dallas will win tonight. But college ranks. So after the Cowboys debacle, I got to watch another abomination in Austin. TCU comes in to DKR and stomps a mud hole in Texas. This was going to be an uphill battle anyways. But Tyrone Swoops, that's the worst he's looked all year. And that's saying a lot because he's had a lot of bad games. I talked about the West Virginia game a while back, about even though the Texas won that game, he was really bad in it. Well, in this one, this is the worst. 4 interceptions, completely ineffective in the passing game. I know Jackson Shipley wasn't there, but John Harris was there. You got guys up front, guys who can catch the ball. And the defense, you can't expect them to continue to make stops every single time when you put them in bad positions, and that's what he did. Quandre Diggs has had a great season. He got torched by Doctorson or whatever guy's name is for TCU. But for the most part, the Texas defense played pretty well. But in the second half, they just fell apart because the offense couldn't get anything going. So now you look at it just bowl game-wise right now, more than likely Texas will be going to the Texas Bowl in Houston. And right now, A&M is still on the docket. But the team we're probably going to play, and the team I want no part of, is Arkansas. It looks like we could be playing the Arkansas Razorbacks. If you play Texas A&M, you play a team who's not great on defense, who's kind of coming in the game with the same mindset as Texas, where they just want to get the season over with. if you play Arkansas, you are playing a team who should have many more wins under their belt this season, who had many heavy hitters on the ropes this year, who were very young, who know what they are as a run downhill football team, and they know they're going to be good next year. You're telling me that at the end of this season that they get to play Texas in a bowl game? That could be a nightmare for the Longhorns. That could get out of hand quick. So, but if that happens, we'll talk about that more as it gets there. So, Thanksgiving, sports-wise, was awful for me. And I'm sorry that it took so long for me to get these thoughts out there for you guys. But tonight, Cowboys got the Bears, and then we'll find out after Sunday where the Horns and who the Horns will play in college football in a bowl game. Dallas has got to win tonight. They've got to keep pace with Philadelphia, and they also have to keep pace with everybody else in the NFC because right now, when it comes down to tiebreakers overall, Dallas didn't look very good in them. We lost too many games to NFC opponents. That's a key tiebreaker in a lot of things, and it may bite Dallas in the butt down the road unless they can take care of business. So the Cowboys can do it, but congratulations to Philadelphia and congratulations to TCU because both of those teams whipped mine and really made it a sour Thanksgiving. Though we did Greenberg turkeys. Those are awesome, though. So food was great. So see you guys later.